She's a star. Thank you. You guys stop it. Like, okay, so that was for real. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing for the national anthem. You may be seated. For some reason, that felt like the longest national anthem of my life. I don't know why. All right. Roll call and verification of quorum for the very last time. Chair Yalman-Chile.
For me, it will be the very last time and final roll call. For now, I yield to Vice Chair Trainer so that this can be his last time. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chair Yalman-Chile. Lazo.
Present.
I'm present. Corelli.
Present.
Morissette.
Present.
Temple.
Present.
Guerrero. Absent. Blanco. Absent. Polera.
Present.
Caringle.
Present.
Daedalus. Absent. DeCara.
Present.
Butler. Absent. Shannon. Lazier. Absent. Fintel.
Present.
Hamid.
Present.
Rose. Absent. Whitson.
Here.
Brown.
Present.
Samilla.
Present.
Haman.
Present.
Patel. Absent. Yalman-Chile.
Present.
Luther.
Present.
Acosta.
Present.
Lopez.
Present.
Hashimi.
Present.
Duke. Absent. Torres.
Present.
Holmes.
Present.
Hurst.
Present.
Fuchs. Absent. Musemeyer. Absent. Polera.
Present.
Pullman.
Present.
Richmond.
Laurel.
You didn't.
Say present.
Present. Sorry,
Va- Vasquez.
present.
DeMarla.
Here.
Mittal. All right. 28 out of 39. Quorum is verified.
Also, wait. Duke resigned last meeting, and then Guerrero's not a part. So you can subtract 2 from the full extent.
Okay. 28 out of 37. Quorum is verified.
Perfect. Thank you. Bless you. All right. Approval of the minutes. Take a look at last meeting's minutes of Temple.
Move to approve last meeting's minutes.
There's been a motion to approve last meeting's minutes. Are there any objections? Seeing none, it stands approved. Approval of the agenda. Acosta.
Motion to approve this meeting's minutes.
There's been a motion to approve this meeting's minutes. Are there any objections? Seeing none, they are approved. Temple, I got something for you. Don't worry. Open forum. Are there any non-senators wishing to speak during open forum? All right, we have 2. Come on up.
Is it on? Okay. Hello, my name's Amara Presley. I'm a sophomore majoring in entertainment management at the Rosen College, while also pursuing minors in both dance and marketing. Growing up, the performing arts were all I knew. I spent over 30 hours a week between competitive dance and musical theater throughout high school, and was expected to pursue such when entering college. However, I didn't due to the toxic environments I was exposed to throughout my childhood. I was constantly put down and ridiculed by my dance figures in my life that I looked up to, and by the time I reached the collegiate level, my love for it was far gone. This made me never want to dance again, and my story is something that many in the performing arts have experienced before. It was my mom who encouraged me to reach out to Judy Siegfried, the director of the dance department here at UCF, about the dance minor program and continue with this art. Although hesitant at first, I joined and I can say is one of the best decisions I've ever made. Over these past 2 years, I can say without a doubt that the dance minor faculty are some of the most unconditionally supportive and uplifting people I've ever met. This was like anything I had experienced before and has single-handedly brought back this love for something I had so long ago. However, it's disheartening to know that this support only goes so far, and in the eyes of UCF and the College of Arts and Humanities, dance doesn't matter. Our program is consistently receiving the short end of the stick. In the past, we switched off every other year with a theater program, with our shows being featured and UCF Celebrates the Arts on the Walt Disney main stage. But to know that this opportunity is at risk for the dance minor program is disappointing, even more so when our future participation in Celebrates is up in the air. We received hand-me-down costumes, old props, and have to scramble for a venue to perform our concert in every other year. Half of these times, these venues being high school stages that are unwilling to accommodate us due to their own events. This year, UCF didn't even pay for our venue until 5 days before the actual show. And because of this, many of us thought our concert was going to be canceled and that all of our hard work was going to be wasted. Our budget is almost nothing and is increasingly cut as the years continue. We are always competing with the theater programs over rehearsal space, and 9 times out of 10 we lose, causing us to find off-campus rehearsal space most of the time. We understand that there are other performing art programs that accrue more revenue, and we acknowledge that and applaud them for it. But if we are celebrating the arts, it is only right to celebrate all arts. Performing art programs across the country are losing funding every day, so if we're making a statement to say that all arts matter every year with this event, why do we continuously exclude one of the most popular performing arts? If the issue is tickets and the inability to sell at the Walt Disney stage, there are other stages available at the Dr. Phillips Center where our show could take place. This year, our concert took place at Haggerty High School. The auditorium can see up to 850 people, and we managed to fill 500 of those seats. During our last show on a holiday weekend, when many of our audience members were out of town, not able to come, I had many close friends who wanted to come but were unable to because it was Easter weekend. So imagine how full the auditorium could have been had it been on another weekend. The Alex and Jim Hugh Theater at the Dr. Phillips Center can house up to 294 people at its fullest capacity, and I feel like this would be an excellent place to hold our concert if ticket sales is and has been the issue. Additionally, marketing for the dance concert has been a problem this year and last. Last year, the UCF College of Arts and Humanities Instagram dedicated only 1 post towards marketing the dance concert, while other programs received much more. This year, we received 0. The marketing for our shows has fallen into the hands of us, but once again, imagine if we had this support from UCF, and imagine the return out we receive for our shows. And despite this exclusion from UCF Celebrates the Arts and the poor marketing towards our concerts, they've still gone out of our way to use our photos to advertise an event we're not even a part of. I'm sure some of you have probably seen the outrage from current dance students, alumni, and faculty alike on social media, and we're all incredibly frustrated, which is why we're speaking to you today. We work year-long every year to hold a concert despite our circumstances, yet our support from UCF continues to dwindle. We're being used merely for an aesthetic where our program is so much more than that, and we're not asking for the biggest theater. We're asking simply to be included in future Celebrates the Arts. There are approximately 100 of us in the dance minor program and even more who are and have been looking forward to performing in the Dr. Phillips Center. I am one of the many who will be choreographing for our concert either this coming fall or next year, and it would be disappointing to have to share my art on a high school stage like many did this year. We are a college dance program. Many of us are professionals working in the field. It is again unfair that we are receiving the short end of the stick when all art should be treated fairly, and we are begging the College of Arts and Humanities at this point to uphold that. So thank you for listening to me today, and
All right, hello. My name is Sydney Brown, and next year I'll be starting my 4th and final year of undergrad as a creative writing major and a dance minor, obviously. I've been part of the UCF dance minor since my very first semester here, and I can say with all my confidence that it's the best decision I've made. I grew up in the world of dance and theater alike. My whole adolescence is practically filled with the memories I have on a stage performing dance pieces or musicals. 5 years ago now, I made the acquaintance of several dance minor alumni who picked me up and introduced me to the UCF dance program, a place where they said everyone who loves dance is welcomed and celebrated. I was instantly drawn to this program after seeing how encouraging and supportive the dance minor was at UCF, but now I'm here. And the fact that the College of Arts and Humanities doesn't even know the strength of their own dance program enough to give us the resources and experiences we deserve as artists hurts. Which is why we're here today to speak with you, in hopes that you can push our concerns in the right direction. We're not involved at all in any program ambassador meetings. We barely get the opportunity to be advertised as a program that people can join. So how can we expect to grow when the College of Arts and Humanities isn't giving us the support we need? We pay fair tuition. We show up to classes every day, even if it's for conditioning and stretching at 9:30 in the morning. And most importantly, there's not a single person in the program who isn't passionate. How disheartening is it to know that the only thing standing in our way of becoming a better program is our own school? At this year's dance concert, an event no more than a fourth of our own student body knew about, I was given the opportunity to choreograph an original piece, which is an opportunity that I had been waiting for my entire career. Instead of having my full vision come to life, I was stuck using hand-me-down costumes and a prop that was so old it literally broke mid-dance on stage. That's a safety hazard. I was scared for my dancer's safety. But if we were able to be a part of UCF Celebrates the Arts every year, things would be so different. We rotate Dr. Phillips' Disney stage with musical theater every other year. And on theater's off years, they still receive the proper advertisement, funding, and venues to make sure their shows are still celebrated. We are a college dance program who are often shoved into high school venues with hand-me-down costumes and props. The least we deserve is a collegiate level venue where we have the opportunity to perform in a professional light. UCF is arguably the largest school in the country, a fact all Knights know and are proud to say. So how is it that America's largest school's dance program doesn't even accommodate secured rehearsal spaces and venues for our performances? There have been too many instances to count where our rehearsals and classes have been pushed to the side while other arts programs are prioritized. UCF should be celebrating all arts all year round, not only when it's in the budget to celebrate. If the issue is funding, I assure you we are more than capable of selling shows. Just like Amara said, based off of our own advertisement with no help from the UCF College of Arts and Humanities Instagram, we were able to sell about 500 out of 850 seats at this year's dance concert. Not to mention our show was on a holiday weekend, which already hindered the amount of people who were actually available to come and support us. But imagine what we could accomplish as a program if we all work together to share this information with the student body. So why do we get pushed to the side when other arts are constantly being pushed to be better? Why are we not included in the College of Arts and Humanities advertisement? Why do we have to reuse old supplies when theater, sports, and other majors are constantly being pushed towards a better program? Our professor has been asking for your support and improvement for years. Alumni have, and I will. And I won't stop until I know that our program is getting the attention and support that it deserves. Student government, please raise our voices. We deserve to be heard by the College of Arts and Humanities. After all, we're Knights. And I, for one, love having that title. But until I feel recognized as a Knight and a dance minor, I'm just a dance minor. Thank you.
You guys can stay for questions, just in case any senators have questions. Do any senators have questions? I'll go Hurst and then Lazo.
Actually, I would like to know either from you or also from our pro tem. We had a thing at the very beginning of our session that was a bill to promote trying to open up and expand the performing arts space, correct? That's still a thing that's on their books. Okay. I believe that there's something that's supposed to be happening eventually. I know that a lot of it's probably more towards theater space, advocating for dance. I love what you do. I used to be a dancer when I was younger. I love dance so much, and I am so glad that you spoke up about this because it's not something that's seen a lot. A lot of theater and musical theater gets pushed to the forefront, and other things get pushed to the side, which is not fun, unfortunately. I am so glad you brought this up to us. And while I know we are no longer going to be here as of whenever our meeting ends, those of you that will be here next session and those that are in the back that understand what's going on here, please keep pushing for this. This is important. Thank you.
Please.
I'll probably reach out to the dean after this meeting myself. Lazo.
Yeah, so I'm one of your arts and humanities senators, and I'm so honestly like offended for you guys that this has happened. This is like not cool whatsoever, for lack of better words. If you can, please meet with me like right after we leave, so I can like give you guys my email, my contact email. When the next session starts, I would love to like get like a whole proposal from you and bring this to the dean, so that could be like at the top of the forefront, because we have had discussions with them about expanding funding, and that's kind of like our job for you guys. We want to basically push them to do what they're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Appreciate you for that.
Hamid.
This is a technicality question. So you guys are doing this through a class non-RSO, correct?
Yes, it's a minor program.
Yeah.
Are there any like RSOs that do like these performances? Because if they're an RSO, they could get funding from us, correct? To any finance, to any.
We have two different RSOs. It's KDDC, which is the Knights and Damsels Dance Company, and then we also have Ruckus.
Ruckus, and there's also Rhythm of the Night.
Yes, so there's actually three. And honestly, I would even argue that all three of those get more performance opportunities than the actual college dance minor does.
Any other questions? Seeing none, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amanda, if you want to go ahead. Okay, Blanco.
President voting.
So noted at 7:30 p.m. Rose.
President voting.
So noted at 7:30 p.m. and Matal.
President voting.
So noted at 7:30 p.m. Alrighty. Are there anyone? Oh, Patel.
President voting.
So noted at 7:30 p.m. All right. Anyone else wishing to speak during open forum? Seeing none. Announcements from the student body president, who will be doing their announcements. Jen! We love you, Jen. We do, though. It's the truth. I've never lied.
Hi, everyone. So I'll be doing Brandon's announcements. So he just wants to say congratulations to everyone graduating and good luck to those who are returning next session. This is really loud. This is true.
Are there any questions for Chief of Staff Sabrina? Seeing none, but Jen, we want to know, what are your plans after this? You know?
So I plan on working. I would like to stay in the Orlando area. So I'm working for like an event management company, and then coming back to UCF to get my master's.
Aw, awesome. Congrats, Jen, on graduating this semester. We love you. We'll probably see you back again for your announcement. So
Yeah.
Okay. Up next, we have announcements from Student Body Vice President Colby Smith. None. Comptroller's report, Jeremy Kane.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's had a great week and excited for the remaining Senate session. So this week, I'd like to give a special shout out to Akila. Thank you. We've had a lot of really productive conversations this week, and it's led to a lot of further discourse. With that, I've had several productive meetings this week with members of other branches in regards to the budget. Thank you to everyone who personally took the time to share their opinions and create productive and collaborative discourse. I've been working on comprehensive policy recommendations to avoid fiscal issues moving forward, and will meet with future Senate leadership to implement these. As for current OPS, I've worked with Shane to create a solution, likely with OSI transfer, due to them having an unfilled position all year. With that, the CRT balance is negative $14,869.02 with 2.3% reversions. The FAO balance is at negative $16,324.46 with no reversions.
Are there any questions for Comptroller Kane? Seeing none, thank you. AG report, AG Moore.
Hi, Senate. So Jeremy and I have created a packet for the Student Government Classroom Survey. It's going to be sent to Rick Scott's office and also the BOT, which is a really big deal. And then also I wanted to shout out those who are graduating, who got Order of the Peg, and also the new senators that are coming in. So congratulations.
Are there any questions for AG Moore? Seeing none, thank you. Cabinet Forum, Chief of Staff Sabrina Ho. She's back.
Hi, everyone, again. So really quickly, passing in the gavel is next Wednesday. I'm pretty sure most, if not all of you, RSVP'd, so thank you for that. If there's any discrepancies or you want to come talk to me about your food option, or maybe you forgot to RSVP, please let me know by tonight, because I'm finalizing everything tomorrow to send to the union. So anything at all, please shoot me a message via Teams or email me. I always have it on my phone. And where's it? Oh yeah, and once again, congratulations. It was really exciting getting to work with all of you this year and getting to see you all grow. And yeah, I'm sad to leave.
Awesome. Thank you, Jen. Wish you well.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Next up, we have Deputy Chief of Staff Peter Pham. Is he here? You want to do his? Okay. Do you have Brianna, Moira's, and Dreeb's as well?
Yes.
Okay, she's here for a little
Dreeb's gonna do
longer.
Moira.
Oh, Dreeb's here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead for Deputy Chief of Staff Peter Pham.
Peter has a paragraph, so bear with me. He says, congrats on an amazing year, and I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. This past year has been very fulfilling with my responsibilities from the satellite campuses to here, but what I'm most proud of this year is SGLC. A big thank you to my fellow coordinators, Allison, Jake, and Daniel, and of course, thank you to Brandon, Sierra, and Lizzie Bett with trusting us to run it this year. They've exceeded all of our expectations, and I can't wait to see what they accomplish in all three branches next year. Huge shout out to Allison with what she's done for SLC this year, with almost all of her SLCers getting ready to be in these seats, so that is absolutely amazing. And shout out to amazing ELCers as well, and I cannot wait to see all that you do. Again, thank you all for this amazing year, and good luck with the future.
Awesome. Any questions regarding Deputy Chief of Staff Pham's report? All right. Director of Student Affairs, Brianna Urea.
Yeah. Brianna says, happy last session. So this week we finished all of the satellite campus distributions, and Monday we start main campus. So if you guys are registered for that, buckle up. It's going to be fun. And if you signed up for shifts on Monday the 8th, she will be sending out an email regarding all of that to you tomorrow with some information. So please look out for that. And of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to her regarding distributions.
All right. Are there any questions for Director Urea's report? Seeing none. Thank you. Director of Communications for Moira?
Yeah.
Okay, Dream's got that. Thank you. Coordinator Benitez, welcome.
Alrighty, good evening, Senate. Moira's report is she's had a great time working with everyone here with communications wise, and then this one is our final announcement for this session. Final requests to be made for any graphics, videos, or just anything within Moira as well will be on Monday, April 8th at 11:59, and there'll be no exceptions after that, just so we have enough time to edit everything and stuff like that. And then additionally, we hit 24,000 followers on the Instagram. Whenever we took these positions, we started off with 20,000. So 4,000 is a lot, in my opinion. So yeah, that's Moira's report.
Awesome. Are there any questions regarding Moira's report? Vice Chair Trainer.
Thank you. Yeah, I submitted a request through email, but I was wondering if there were any other places that I should be submitting a request for.
Is it for a graphic or a video?
I have a graphic made, and I just want to get it posted.
Okay, I would just email Moira. If not, I would relay this message on her as well, and I'll just tell her to reach out.
Are there any questions or any other questions? All right, seeing none. Digital Media Coordinators report, Coordinator Benitez.
Okay, so one of my initiatives when I took this position was to expand Night Shot. So if you don't know what Night Shot is when I provide a free opportunity for UCF students to get their headshot taken by my position. So I expanded it to the satellite campuses. So we did downtown last week, and I'm doing Rosen on the SITS team. Downtown was a really good outreach, it was very successful. So I just hope that the next person that takes my role will continue that. I'll put that in my transition binder. And then just congratulations on another successful Senate. Everyone did amazing here. You guys did so much. So, and then I'm always around. So yeah.
Awesome. Are there any questions for Coordinator Benitez? Seeing none, thank you. Announcements from the Chief Justice. Hi, Senate. Happy last meet. Wait, anyone doing it? No, okay. Hi, Senate. Happy last meeting. To those of you who will be graduating or pursuing any other endeavors, I wish you all the luck in the world. For all of those staying, congratulations. You'll do all great things next session. Judicial is coming to an end for this year, but we are excited to see what the branch does next year. JLCers had their last meeting and all attended the SGLC banquet. Thank you to everyone who was involved with this year's SGLC and JLC cohort. I love SGLC and JLC, so it makes me happy to see that the kids had a great experience. Are there any questions regarding the Chief Justice report? Seeing none, announcements from the Supervisor of Elections, Supervisor Myers.
First off, this is so sad. So pretty much I don't really have anything to report for EC this week. However, I did want to congratulate every single one of you on an incredible session. Despite any bumps that may have occurred along the way, I think you all continued to serve in your roles with civility and with the student body at the forefront of your minds. I also want to thank you for the relationship that the Senate body has had with the Election Commission this session. I hope that relationship continues to blossom for years to come. I look forward to working with y'all until the end of my term. For those of you who are returning to Senate, and if this is your last session, I'm going to do the shameless plug that Netta did last time. Add me on LinkedIn because I'd like to see where you all go in the future. And yeah, thank you for everything.
All right. Are there any questions for Supervisor Myers? Seeing none, thank you. We'll be seeing her on Saturday, so this won't be the last time you'll see her. Announcements for the Activity and Service B Committee Chair, none. Announcements from the Scholarship Committee Chair, Chair Blanco.
Good evening, everyone. So I just wanted to come one more time.
Guys, here we go. Now we're set. I just wanted to come up here one last time as Scholarship Committee Chair to kind of give you an update what we've been working on for the past semester. So we met at the beginning of the semester, finalized all our scholarships for the spring, and then that went out for disbursement. Everything has been closed, and all of these disbursements should be going out very shortly if you haven't received them already. And I just really wanted to appreciate the work that my committee and myself accomplished out this year. I think we did some really incredible work, and it was really exciting to see how many student lives we were able to touch. I'm really proud of them. I wish nothing but the best for our successors, and that also goes for just Senate in general. I think you all should be very proud of yourselves. Special shout out to my Vice Chair, Parth Patel, for all of our very long meetings where we went through and had to look at so many different scholarships from so many different perspectives. And I'm really appreciative for his hard work. And to my committee members who are in the room right now, thank you guys. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. Not goodbye yet.
Are there any questions for, what is your, Chair Blanco? Yeah, are there any questions? I'm like, which title? All right, seeing none, thank you. All right, my announcement, because I don't have to hound y'all about anything now. That's cool. I was gonna leave this to the end, but we have something very special at the end, so I'll do this now. But I just wanted to thank you so much for all that you've contributed to this body. You guys really set the tone for the next sessions that come after you. You also really did a 180 on how this chamber conducts business and interacts with people outside of our campus and people on our campus. I also wanted to say that it's so great to see how you guys blossom. You all were so excited to join us, and Akila and I took that and ran with it. I know y'all had one-on-ones with us or came to the office and talked, and honestly, that was the foundation of what has happened. You all not only confided in leadership, but in each other. You all saw collaboration as an opportunity. And honestly, I've never seen such a session so successful. And it may have been a little stressful at times, but just know that your impact goes beyond these chambers. It goes beyond your peers. You've mended so many relationships that you didn't even know were broken. You created new ones. You created a new path for yourself. A lot of you have majors that have nothing to do with event planning or like office work and things like that. So you really expanded not only your soft skills, but you expanded the different ways that you apply yourself in different areas, and that enriches your resume more than you think it does. And I just want to commend you all for being so open-minded and willing to learn constantly and willing to take your position further than what it ever has been. I could use SBA for an example. Like, I don't think I've seen SBA do something like so big, and you guys continuously did big things, and a lot of you don't even get paid, and you put so much commitment to these students. And just because these students don't know your names exactly doesn't mean that you didn't impact them. And you're going to see little by little the changes that you've made that have implemented students all around this campus. And I just want to thank you so much. And I will say that some of you guys will be returning next session, and it's not going to be the exact same as this one. Your speaker is going to be different. Your leadership is going to be different. And almost every person in here won't be here, and some will, and new opportunities will come, and people will see Senate in their foresight, but it's no longer there, and that happens. And so you're going to be challenged in this chamber. There's going to be situations that come up that you never thought would come up. It's really unrealistic. I thought like this, it's really unrealistic to be like, oh, everything's going to go good, everything's going to be great, and that's not always the case. And so I want you guys to stand in what you've been brought up in as an individual and the tone we've set in this chamber, and continue it past this session, because there's going to be individuals, there's going to be situations that challenge those ways of thinking that you have implemented for yourself that align with your values and your morals and things like that. And they will be challenged, they will be questioned. And the next session, I can't predict exactly what's going to happen, but there may be situations that challenge that. And I want to prepare you mentally for that, and that not everything's going to be the same. And I want you all to take that in and understand that, and come into the next session ready to put in the work, ready to face whatever comes, because not everything's the same. And it's up to you whether this is beyond the chamber and whether this is in the chamber. It's up to you to take what you've learned, the new values you've created, the new friendships, the new personal and professional connections that you've made, and to maintain them, because not everything is consistent. However, it takes a lot of legwork to make sure that it's consistent. And so with that, I want to thank you all so much for electing me to be your speaker, and trusting me with a lot of your things. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. I haven't always followed through because, I'm a human being, but I want to thank you for all the grace that you've given me, the trust that you've given me to sit here every single day and to lead this body. So that's all from me. Thank you. Are there any questions for me? None? No questions? Bye, y'all. Thank you for coming. More set.
I want to ask you the same question you asked Jen, and what you plan to do after graduation.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I am looking to take a gap year. I'm already in the process with a few interviews and stuff. So I love that. Job market's horrible. So y'all if you're looking for a job, prepare to be looking for a minute. But yeah, gap year. I want to give back to the community. I'm political science major. So I really thought I really wanted to be a lawyer. I still want to be, but I didn't know exactly how my life would look. And so, like I said, you guys have gained some skills that you never thought you would. And so that was my exact story here. I didn't think about doing event planning. I didn't think about, creating agendas and being structured and things like that. And so because of those skills that I learned in Senate, a lot of individuals that I've had interviews with have been super impressed by it, and they will be impressed by you as well. Sorry, I'm derailing from talking about myself. But all in all, I had some great opportunities that have fell my way because of the experiences that I've had. And I am studying for the LSAT still. I might take it one more time. This time I have a tutor, y'all, so it should be better. Very expensive. And I will be taking it for the last time in August. I'll be applying to law schools. hopefully going up to DC area. I'm looking at Howard and American specifically. After that, I think I want to be a legislative attorney, family law, or I don't know, and then deviate to a politician like 15 years later because, I'll be seasoned. So yeah, that's the plan. Will that be the plan 15 years from now? Who knows? I could be running for president. Vote for me. But you never know. But yeah, thank you for asking. Any other questions, Acosta?
Sounds like you got a really bright future ahead of you.
Thank you. I do want to be president, though. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of do.
Any way for us to stay connected? If you're willing to share, maybe a LinkedIn. Or
Of course. I will link my LinkedIn in the agenda. And let me tell you, my goal was to hit 500 connections by the time I graduate. I'm like at 498. So you would make my life if you followed me on LinkedIn. Temple.
Just a kind word of advice: do not run for president. It's one of the most lethal jobs in the world, and I am not exaggerating on that.
Honestly, I honestly might take your advice, Temple. Considering I haven't linked it, y'all calm down. Considering, historically what our presidents have looked like, it might take a little longer for me to get there.
Not to say you shouldn't try. Just be prepared for a lot of long days.
I don't know, because I'm like a woman, and then like if I have a husband, then it's gonna be like, is he first husband or like what's going on? It's going first man. It's going to like blow their like they won't be able to wrap their head around it. I don't think they're gonna even vote for me at that point. I'll be on a chilly nurse.
I just wanted to comment that we'd love to see a Holmes White House.
I think I might keep my last name. Sierra Holmes is a pretty cool name. Like I can't knock it. Hers.
Oh my gosh. I will say, if we haven't had a woman president by the time you want to run for president, I would be ashamed of our country a little bit if we haven't at least tried to get there.
Listen. It's looking interesting here. There you go. I linked it. There we go. I think. You know what? I'll just deviate and. Sorry, I'm like a.
Can I ask my question?
You can ask your question. Are you okay, Temple?
I'm gonna exclude it because it's kind of like an easy scapegoat. But if you could choose someone in this room, who would be your vice president other than Akila?
Dang it! You guys are so messy. Oh my gosh! What did I do? Someone that's not here?
You want a vice president's absent?
Oh!
My bad.
This is so hard. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is so stereotypical, but I would choose Laurel because let me tell you something. When you ask Laurel to do something, she stands on business. I'm not kidding. I could ask for something and she'll get it before I even asked for it. She'll already have it. I don't think I don't know. Laurel's she's so amazing. But that does Akila, you would be not saying she'd be my first pick over you or anything, Laurel, but Akila has been amazing. I was bragging to Dr. Frame about her earlier today because Akila's always Tira's so amazing, blah, blah, blah. But Akila thinks about things I never think about. Akila's equally amazing, probably even more, aka Order of Pegasus. Okay. She didn't even call herself out last meeting. I was girl, it's something to brag on, please. But yeah. And then Ethan and Vihan would be my those people that advise you and stuff like that. You guys would cabinet. They'd be a part of my cabinet because they know all the historical stuff. Because here, as a person, I'm more of an application person. So I see patterns, I can apply it, I can carry out the stuff. But I can't be oh yeah, this happened January 1st, 1973. I need them to tell me that so I can be okay, now I can do this. But yeah, I was looking at y'all because y'all be in the cabinet for sure. Hamid?
So who would be in the rest of your cabinet?
Who would be in there? That's so messy because if I exclude some of y'all, then I'm gonna get hurt. What are you saying, Brody? Okay, sorry. I'm entertaining it, so it's my fault. You guys are so funny. But yeah. Are there any other like for real questions though? All right, seeing none. All righty. Internal Legislative Assistant Report, ILA Pullman.
Hi, everyone. So we had the SGLC banquet on Tuesday, and that totally wraps up the SGLC program. Congrats to Committee Chair of the Year, Kirsten Quartz, SLCer of the Year, Halima Alcuda, and SGLCer of the Year. So that's everyone, Jordan Metellus, and all of the SLCers. And all of the SLCers who come here and voluntarily spend their Thursday nights with us. In the back, I have Camila's here, JC's here, Kirsten, Halima, they're all here. They all come back here and they come watch. It's really great to see. Nighthon is this weekend, so congrats to the Nighthon committee for all their hard work this year. Lastly, I'm so honored to have served as the ILA this session. I've really appreciated every second and have learned so much from this role just in general. This year, most of the SLCers ran for a Senate seat and all who applied got a seat, and I'm so happy for them and I'm confident in their abilities to do great things and serve as leaders in the next session. And that's it for me.
All right. Are there any questions for ILA Pullman? Seeing none. External Legislative Assistant Report, ELA Richmond.
Good evening. I basically just got called the second choice, but whatever.
Laurel, look at the positive. Okay?
Yeah, I did get chosen. Feels pretty good. Y'all got overlooked. The banquet's tomorrow. You should go. There is something special tonight, so you should stay.
It's Saturday, Laurel.
Wait, no, it's not. I work Saturday.
You are not getting my vote at this point. Like,
Wrong day.
Wait, see or no?
Wait a second.
Wait, so I may not even be there.
Wait a second.
you want this as your president?
Not too much. Not too much.
Okay.
Decorum.
It's tomorrow. No, I'm not okay. I thought it was Saturday.
Will you be there?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought I booked it for Saturday. Give me a second. I need to calm down real quick. You know when you do everything right, but you second guess yourself? I'm having one of those moments. Give me a moment. I need to get myself together. Okay. It is tomorrow. It is tomorrow. It's booked for tomorrow. It's happening tomorrow. Okay, continue, Laurel.
Thank you. I don't really want your photos anymore, to be honest.
Wow.
Or if you have an Android, don't even bother sending me a video. The quality is so bad. And then April 9th, the Charge on Chamber, we'll be having an event with, I'll be having an event through UCF Dems, not we. But you should be there, so let's make it we. Turn the M upside down for we, you know what I'm saying? So the future of Florida's infrastructure, Representative Escamani, Harris, and Lopez, all amazing people. I want to be there. I will be there. So I expect you to be there.
Sorry, I need to calm down. Like, I scared myself so badly. Like, I had to go and check at, I had to go check the, what is it? I had to go check the receipt and everything. I'm still checking again, even though I know it's Friday, but that really, I need to I don't know. I need to take some heartburn pills or something. That really scared me. Are there any questions for Eli Richmond? Samela and Lazo?
In regards to the photos, will you be using the photo circle photos as well? Or do we have to send you them? Okay.
Yeah, I did use a photo circle. So shout out y'all.
Lazo.
I would just like to defend the owner of the Android, not naming names, but you were warned that it was gonna be bad quality and you insisted on it being sent. So just saying.
All right, and Vihan?
I just wanted to say that somebody who switched over from an Android to an iPhone, the Androids are better.
Ooh.
That didn't seem like a question.
Aiden, let's
laugh a little bit. It's the
I'm
last
sorry, I'm on the
meeting.
Brody train of like, I want to go home.
Alrighty. Are there any other questions? Seeing none. Pro Tempore DeMarla.
Well, I'll make mine quick, apparently. But thank you so much for an amazing session. Sierra did a wonderful job speaking about your guys' strengths. But something that I do want to add is you guys have helped me and Sierra both grow as leaders. So it's not just like how you guys have grown on your own, but the impact you leave on the people around you. As Sierra mentioned before, during my Order of Pegasus interview, one of the things I consistently reflected on was my time in Senate. I was in the previous session, but I think this session really defined what Senate was for me. And I brought it up in every aspect of my interview. And it was the highlight because at the end, the one thing that they said they liked during my interview was how I described Senate as a room of bright and bold personalities that don't necessarily always agree with each other. And maybe sometimes things get heated on the floor, but it's because everyone's passionate. And one thing I talked about was acknowledging that passion and being able to channel it into something more tangible, which is what we did this session. Not to shade the previous sessions, but it's been a lot of passion and arguing and no tangible effort. So, I want to commend you guys for being able to work with non-like-minded individuals and help your surrounding peers grow, including me. So thank you so much for electing me as the pro tempore and allowing me to grow in this position as a student leader.
Are there any questions for Senate President Pro Tempore report? Hurst?
Since you're not coming back next session, am I correct about that? What are you doing?
Well, I'll still be here. So I'm graduating next spring, but I'm applying for med schools this cycle. So my summer is going to be spent slaving away, writing essays, and that's all I'm going to do.
And thank you, Akila, for your kind words. Are there any other individuals? Seeing none. Deputy Pro Tempore of Legislative Affairs report, D-Leg Morset.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to serve as your D-Leg this session. Coming straight out of SLC, it was truly an informative, humbling, and transformative experience. I left a detailed just reminder for the next D-Leg, so I can't wait to see what they do with the future. I'm very excited for next session, being a mentor this session, and also being under the leadership of my previous mentor, Speaker Holmes, was very eye-opening as I've been able to use the things she taught me last session and put it onto my current mentee, and she blossomed. So I can't wait to see what she does next session as well. And everybody returning, everybody in this chamber right now is going to do great things. So I'm just very excited to see what we all do next session.
Alrighty. Are there any questions for D-Leg Morset? Seeing none. Deputy Pro Tempore Senate Relations Report, Deeser Matal.
Okay. So first of all, shout out to the winners of the Easter egg hunt, which is Akila, Vihan, and Ishan. And we won't talk about how Allison, Laurel, how you guys did. That was, let's just say we were waiting around for about an hour after everyone else finished, trying to figure out where they were. Anyways. Thanks for the great semester. I really value all the people and knowledge I've gained from this body. Quick shout out to some people that really helped me when I first came in, Hurst, Temple, Pullman, Richmond, Samillo, and Butler, and obviously the Senate leadership. And then like everyone else before me, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm the true LinkedIn connection demon. I'm at 779. So,
Final boss.
I'm trying to get to 1,000 before I graduate. So yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Hurst.
This is for everybody. Should we just put a LinkedIn thing for everybody to do that so we can all just connect and make it easier and have everyone boost their numbers?
I guess, sure.
It seems like an easy thing to do.
Pullman.
I'm sorry for this question, but was it really an hour? I feel like it was.
I think it was 45 minutes at least.
Richmond and
maybe
Yamachili. Sorry, I didn't know you were done. Yeah.
To Laurel and Allison's credit, it was probably 30 minutes.
Laurel.
In our defense, there was a group that moved our eggs not once, but twice out of 10 eggs. So we had our odds stacked against us. And even with the cheating, we didn't cheat. And I wanted to cheat. And I had a moral compass.
What? Whoa. That's crazy to say. I wanted to cheat is like a crazy statement.
Don't we all? Like, whatever to win.
No. Are there any other questions for Dusar Matal? Samilo?
More question for you. You wanted that to be your vice president?
I don't know anymore. I don't know. Like, saying, you want to cheat, like, that's crazy. Like, I don't know. That goes against, like, a lot of there's a lot of moral stipulations regarding that. Whoa. That was so funny, though. Are there any other questions? Alrighty. Next up, caucus reports. APIA caucus, Chair Patel.
All right, so we got our last event happening on April 9th. It's the APIA Market Day. So we have over 20 APIA vendors and RSOs coming. So if you're free, just come out for a little bit.
Woo-woo. Are there any questions for Chair Patel? Samila?
No, but congratulations.
Yes. It's so hard for APIA caucus to ever have an event for their Heritage Month because, like, the transition between the Senate. So congratulations, Chair Patel, for pushing that out, despite you're beating the odds, bro. You're beating the odds. So Black Caucus, I will go ahead and read it, I guess. Hi, everyone. Give yourself a pat on the back for an amazing session. I wasn't asking. As we're approaching the end of the semester, please take care of yourselves. Eat at least 2 nutritious meals a day and drink at least 8 cups of water daily. Thank you again for an amazing session. For those returning for the 56th session, I wish you the best. Thank you to the caucus specifically. Y'all have a special place in my heart. Congratulations to my fellow seniors. You'll do amazing things in life. Are there any questions regarding Chair Daedalus' report? Seeing none, Disability Caucus, none, Latin Hispanic Caucus, Chair DeCara.
Yeah, today's last meeting was focused on getting the caucus ready for the summer and the fall with proclamations and initiatives. The event we're going to have next Friday, I sat down with MSC and basically we thought about better ways to approach things. So we're like, let's just reschedule this for the next, either later spring or possibly just in the fall for the next chair. So I wrote that in my transition binder. But I do want to say thank you to everyone that supported me in this position, even though I came halfway through and literally had to jump straight into action with Hispanic Heritage Month. This caucus has done so much with tabling and creating new connections that haven't been done. Additionally, being able to co-host an event with 3 U.S. representatives and one now being my boss, Darren Soto, and being able to create one of the first ever student advisory boards for a $3 million grant. Also, I wrote a total of 10 proclamations for this caucus, and I enjoyed every moment typing them. Thankful for all the members that were a part of this caucus, past and present. Can't wait to see what this caucus does in the next session. And my LinkedIn's right there too. So,
Are there any questions for Chair DeCara? Seeing none, LGBTQ plus caucus, Chair Fintel.
Hello, everybody. We had our last meeting today, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been a part of this caucus ever. Being chair of the caucus has been such an amazing experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. We've accomplished some great things this session, and I really couldn't be prouder. I hope that whoever fills the chair next keeps the momentum we were able to build going and go even further. I'm going to miss everyone in this building because I will no longer be part of Senate after today, but I will be around the office and hopefully able to come to the caucus meetings to help out wherever I can. So just thank you.
Are there any questions for Chair Fintel? Seeing none, Women's Caucus, Chair Lazo.
So last meeting of the session today focused on recapping what we've done this entire session, as well as brainstorming within the caucus about any ideas for possible events or legislation that can be done the next session and furthers the goals of the caucus. Just as a little refresh, the Women's Caucus had the Women's Health Fair back in fall, and I had both local organizations and RSOs come out. We passed a bunch of legislation, proclamations, y'all saw that here. And we just had our Women's Business Showcase last week. That was a smash success. People are already asking for another one. And I'm so proud to have been a part of the caucus, first as a vice chair and then now as a chair. I'm just so grateful for everyone in student government who has been supportive, other caucus chairs and the justices who are just treasure trove of information. And then lastly, I would love to thank my caucus for all the help you have been, whether it's been doing research, emailing, volunteering, or more. I cannot be more grateful for all you do. So thank you for a fantastic session, and thank you for letting me be your chair.
All right. Are there any questions for Chair Lazo? Seeing none, Military and Veterans Caucus, Chair DeCara.
Chair. April 13th is the month of military child event at Lake Claire from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Come out for some games and free food. And this is from me. Working with this caucus, I have been able to write 10 proclamations if the 4 pass tonight. I just want to thank you all for supporting this new caucus and trusting its members to ensure its success. It has created a great relationship with its respective RSOs and agencies that will lay a foundation for the next session's initiatives. So in total, after tonight, I would have written about 20 proclamations for the Senate body.
Dang. Are there any questions for Chair DeCara? Seeing none, unfinished business none, fiscal committee caucus time none, fiscal committee report, CRT committee, Chair Samillo.
Hi, everybody. So in committee, we just decided to PPI all pending business. So there was nothing pending for the rest of the session. With that was really all that we did. So thank you so much for having me as the CRT chair and all the fun stuff. We accomplished a lot this year. And I'm so proud to say that each and every one of you guys have made a mark on my session, and I'll miss all of you.
Are there any questions for Chair Samillo? Seeing none, FAO committee none, ORS committee, Chair Rose.
In our meeting this Monday, we reduced the sanction for one RSO, and that's all. As for my little speech, I just want to say thanks to everyone in ORS for my short time as ORS chair. We did some good stuff, and thanks to previous Chair Borges for teaching me everything I know. I am returning next session, so I hope to see some faces there.
Are there any questions for your Chair Rose? Seeing none, thank you. Fiscal legislation none, internal committee reports none, ENA committee, Chair DeCara.
We didn't meet this week because you had nothing sent to us, but basically what we've in the past meeting was set a bunch of initiatives up for the next. I think there's like even ideas for different internal bills and like overhauls of certain things. And then I put stuff in my tradition binder to get working on that immediately because also they start in its exec confirmations. But yeah, they'll be ready to go in the next session. And then I'm thankful to finish up this session as your ENA chair. I know it came in like literally January. And even with like the justices and the signovers or the new senators, like we did great. Again, my LinkedIn.
All right. Are there any questions for Chair DeCara? Seeing none, GAP committee, Chair Temple.
Good evening, Senate. For the last time, it seems. GAP did not meet this week, but on Friday we did hold our last Friday we held our Ignite Your Vote event, and it went very well. It is just a start, however, so keep your eyes and or ears out for future events, ideally both. Also, unfortunately, due to a conflict I was not aware of till literally over the weekend, I will not be at the banquet. Unfortunately, my brother's football games are calling, and not the American kind. I will still be at the passing of the gavel event, though. I just wanted to get all my sappiness out now before then. This committee has come extremely far. I want to say that. I am very proud of each and every one of you, those who have sat on the committee and those who are no longer with us. Well, not in this body anyway. It was an honor and a pleasure to serve with all of you and to have been led by all of you. Yes, you elected me as your chair, and I'm very grateful for that. But at the end of the day, you as the committee had all led me as much as I led you. So thank you. And of course, my final on this day fact, in 1949, the North Atlantic Treaty is signed by 12 North Atlantic nations, forming the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, or as in French, the Organisation des Traités de l'Atlantique Nord.
Are there any questions for Chair Temple? Seeing none, thank you. Algeria Committee, Chair Yalmanchili.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like Vice Chair Trainer to go first so that he can deliver his announcement.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just want to say thank you all for a really great session. I was here since the 54th. It's great to see a few familiar faces still around. But yeah, I'm really proud of everybody in this room. I am graduating. I will maybe be here like 2 years from now. I'm taking a gap year and then looking to get my master's. But yeah, I'd love to keep in contact with you all. And yeah, I passed to Chair Yalmanchili.
Thank you, and hello, everyone. And good morning to everyone who has not received a good morning yet. I'm pleased to share that LJR wrapped up this year with a potluck social today. A fair number of you guys attended. It was fun. We had a lot of food. We played some games. We played a lot of Kahoots. I wanted to shout out Senator-elect J.C. Varela for winning most of the Kahoots except the last one, which actually surprised me because you were leading until the end. And to the LJR committee, I wanted to tell you guys that I am incredibly honored to have been your chair this year. It's been a fun time in this 55th session. I got to know a lot of you guys. I'm really proud of the work we did and the friendships that we made along the way. And you know, one person here in this chamber might disagree, but that's really the Roman Empire that we made along the way. And with that, I wanted to say that I'm be more than happy to connect with all of you guys in LinkedIn. Although I don't really care for the number of followers that I have, but I would like to know what you guys are up to in the future and keep in touch. I'll be graduating next month, taking a gap year before I go to law school. Maybe I might be back here next year for a certificate in national security and intelligence. Who knows? But yeah, I wanted to mention my This Day in History fact. April 4th, 1984, literally 1984, President Ronald Reagan called for a worldwide ban on chemical weapons. I thought that was really cool, and it would be fortunate if the political leaders, if our modern political leaders had a spine to say similar things. And lastly, I wanted to tell you guys of something that is really cool and is happening next Monday on the 8th of April. So there is a partial solar eclipse. It will be a total solar eclipse in some parts of the country. I considered flying out to Dallas, St. Louis, or Cincinnati, but the tickets were too expensive, as you can infer by the supply and demand because of such solar eclipse. But in Florida, there will be a 60% visible solar eclipse during the day while we are on this campus. So if you guys have time to spare from your classes, please feel free to go outside and take a look at the solar eclipse. Do not see it with your own bare eyes, unlike a former president of ours. Please make sure to get solar eclipse glasses. And so I wanted to share some important details about the event. That being that the solar eclipse will begin at 1:46 p.m. in the afternoon on Monday. It will peak at 3:03 p.m. and it will end at 4:17 p.m. And once again, I repeat, do not look at it with your own bare eyes or else you will suffer retina damage. And I'm sure you don't want that. But anyway, the LJR Committee of 2023 to 2024 signing off.
I feel like it was a little sweet that you said, you and Ethan built the Roman Empire together. Like that just touched me. Temple.
Yeah, I'm not the one responsible for having it toppled, though. I'll just say that much. Also, there goes my day trying to stare at the sun directly without any glasses. Thanks a lot.
We're set.
I just wanted to provide some information that on the 2 Kahoots that JC won, the first one was about cars, and the second one was about Disney princesses. And he was like one of the only males in that room to win. And then the last one was, oh, didn't we not do Disney princesses? No, the last one was Elemental, which Brody won. It was a Disney movie. He won one about Elemental because his 5-year-old watches that movie continuously.
That is so funny. Pro Tempore.
I just want to put it out there for you, Vihan, that I share a birthday with, I found this out today, Constantine the Great, the Emperor of Rome who adopted Christianity. So
Wow. You're destined for greatness.
I'm basically resurrected.
Hurst. And then Yalamanchili.
I'm on a spree of correcting grammar for Yalamanchili a little bit. It's not retina, it's retina. I know you don't care. I care.
Yalamanchili.
One question to Akila. What's your birthday?
February 27th.
Awesome. I will make sure to remember that next year when I think of Emperor Constantine the Great. But to address Vice Chair Hurst, grammar correction, you are right. I don't care. And there's perhaps different pronunciations that are not limited to just the United States of America. And perhaps I would like to, respectfully urge you to consider that.
I literally cannot right now. Temple.
I do believe most people in Britain, for example, don't pronounce retina retina much as they pronounce vitamin or aluminum aluminium. Let me just put it that way.
Y'all Jilly.
Once again, just like the United States is not the only country that speaks English, the United Kingdom is also not the only country that speaks English.
Agasa.
Just a quick plug-in for about the solar eclipse. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, if you guys are interested in checking out, seeing what goes on in the sky during that time period, but don't have the glasses to do it, stop by Creel. We have like hundreds of those glasses so that you guys can actually take a gander and look up to the sky safely. Or neat trick, do a circle, look at the ground. Oh, look, a weird crescent sun too. Little optics back right there. But yeah, stop by Creel for some glasses if you want to check it out.
You know who you would have a blast talking to? President Cartwright. Y'all would get into it for real. Lazo.
Literally just like a motion to move on. I don't know if anybody else is
Oh, I was going to move on in a minute. Are there any other questions? Seeing none, SBA Committee Chair Hamid.
Thank you, Lazo. Best for last, I guess. So, hey everyone, happy last meeting. So this week in SBA, we saw proclamations 5520, 5521, 5522, and 5523, all of which passed first reading. Also, unknown to Speaker Holmes, an SBA dining initiative from the beginning of spring was to get the farmers market in front of the union, which happened today. So I hope you all stop by to get some fresh produce. Only $6 per bag, and you can fill up with anything. They had like fresh honey from the Arboretum, most localist honey y'all can get, like local flowers. They buy produce from farmers locally who like have a lot of excess so that they can have reliable buyers. So it's kind of nice. Also, they did a cookie taste test to vote on which UCF's official cookie will be. So that's kind of exciting. Also, last Friday, we had our Give Some, Get Some event, which was a massive success. So thank you for those who volunteered or donated, and a major props to Vice Chair Vasquez for planning and executing such an amazing event. I yield to her now so she can speak about what we got from it.
Hi. So we just wanted to share a little bit about what happened at the event. I first wanted to thank everyone for helping me prepare for the event and those who volunteered at the event. We could not have done it without you. At the event, in less than 4 hours, we collected over $450 and over 20 trash bags filled with clothes and food items, and we reached over 1,500 students. We wanted to show off the paper chain that we put here on the table, where we asked students to write down things that they're grateful for. So if you guys want to come and check it out, students wrote like student government, SBA, fun stuff. And there's a special one made by Nitro because he was at the event. So if you guys want to look for it, that'd be fun. Now that the event's over, we didn't want our work to seem performative, so the Hearts for the Homeless RSO has invited us to attend one of their screenings to aid in the distribution of the items that we collected and get a hands-on experience to see what they do on a weekly basis in the community. And at the screening, we'll be giving out clothing and food items we collected. Dining services will also be donating hot perishable food items and have offered us manpower, trucks, and vans. And we will be distributing the clothing that the bookstore donated to us, including hats, shirts, and hoodies. And we've gotten such great feedback on the event, and a lot of students kept on asking us when we'll be doing it again, which is something that I would love to do again and make it even better in the next session. So thank you all.
Wow,
I yield back to Jason.
It will be done again. I wrote it in the transition binder to future SBA leadership. I don't know, out there. You guys better do it again. Anyway, I wrote a lot about it. Or what? I'll find them. I'll be here. I'll do it.
Anyway, so I wanted to say that I'm so grateful that I was able to serve as the SBA chair this session. It has honestly been such an amazing experience that has helped me grow so much as a leader. I'm being so for real. The second meeting ever when I was absent for a math test, I had literally practiced in my head how to say present in voting because I was so scared to speak into the mic. And now I feel comfortable enough to yap away. So thank you guys for making this body super welcoming and helping me grow some confidence. It honestly has helped me as a person so much, and I honestly do not think I would have gotten this experience anywhere else. Now for my super secret special announcement. Okay, so this announcement is not me saying that I got an internship or that I'm casting a spell for the success of the next session. Good guesses though. So for the last thing I want to do as SBA chair, I want to do something cool to show recognition to the hard work of the SBA committee. This session, we've done so many wonderful things, and I've had the honor to oversee a ton of amazing initiatives. Thank you so much to the committee for being so amazing with your initiatives and making SBA better than before. I wanted to recognize an exemplary SBA committee member, so I figuratively and literally made an award.
Oh my God, that is.
I designed this on my computer. So this is a custom, one-of-a-kind award. I spray painted it. I sanded it. This took me 4 whole days to do. So this is fully custom, never before seen. Did not purchase this, but cost a lot of money. So, so this is the SBA Scholar Award, which was made to recognize someone who has gone above and beyond during their time in SBA. So I'm going to be giving this award to someone who has done such amazing initiatives this year. First, with the academic success coordinators and establishing a relationship with them to help disperse academic information through SG. Then with the amazing planning, organization, and execution of the Give Some, Get Some event, which surpassed any expectation that I had. And lastly, for probably being the greatest vice chair I could have asked for, even though they're currently giving me the silent treatment right now because I refuse to tell them what this thing was. I couldn't imagine a better person to be by my side in leading the committee. This individual's passion for advocacy is inspiring not only to me, but hopefully to future SBA sessions. I know that the events created by this person will continue to be a success for many sessions to come. The impact of the event they created will help so many people in the community. So it is an absolute honor to present the first ever SBA Scholar Award to Andrea Vasquez.
You guys are so amazing. I was cheesing the whole time. Congrats, Andrea, and amazing craftsmanship, Jason. Oh my goodness. Are there any questions for the SBA committee chair? Morissette.
Not a question, but I told Jason if this wasn't like groundbreaking, I'd be highly upset. And Jason said, you will reach the limestone. I will break through all 3 floors of this union and reach the limestone. And I have reached the soil. I have reached the roots. Congratulations, Vasquez.
Any words, Andrea?
Can I put this on my LinkedIn?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Alrighty. Any other questions? Seeing none, confirmations none. Internal legislation. Is there a motion for 5-minute speeches, 5-minute questioning, and 5-minute debate? All right. Notice of legislation on first reading, none. Notice of legislation on third reading. Bills, Internal Bill 5530, up to Title VI, introduced by Senator Lopez. Senator Lopez, you have 5 minutes when you're ready.
Oh my gosh. Hi, guys. Okay, so this just looks at Title VI, obviously, Chapter 601.4B. It removes the section of where you can petition and do all the things. You are no longer allowed to do it the hallway outside of the Pegasus Ballroom. And then 603.3B, petitioners are no longer, they're just on Night Connect. They're no longer, wait, no, that's not that, this one. LOL, sorry. We're removing the title from student government and graduate assistant because you can get that on Night Connect and then academic instead of school. And I yield the rest of my time.
All right. We're now lined for questioning. Are there any questions? All right. Is there a motion to move to debate? We are now there. Anyone wishing to debate? Ooh. Hurst?
This is your second bill. I'm so proud that you got this done. And this is amazing. You're going to do so great next session too.
Is there a motion to move to voting procedures? Oh, did you want to say something? All right, we're now there. With a vote count 28 to 0 to 1, it passes on third reading. Internal Bill 5531 updates to Title III, introduced by ELA Richmond. ELA Richmond, you have 5 minutes when you're ready.
We saw this last week. It's just adding that there's a representative of the downtown and Honors College. If you have questions, ask them. I yield the rest of my time.
We're now in line for questions. Are there any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to move to debate? All right, we are now there. Anyone wishing to debate? Hurst?
May I retain?
You may.
Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on Internal Bill 5531. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. With a vote count of 30 to 0 to 0, the internal bill passes on third reading. Give me a moment. I'm trying to see if our previous legislation was voted on unanimously. Let me see. Someone wanted to abstain, so now I have to do it individually. Okay, cool. Resolution 5529, resolution advocating for the establishment of web courses, advertising opportunities within CAW, introduced by ELA Richmond. ELA, you have 5 minutes when you're ready.
We saw this last week. Move to questioning.
There's been a motion to move to questioning. Are there any objections? Seeing none. Is there a motion to move to debate? We're now there. Since it's on third reading, I'm not requiring it, but Temple,
May I retain?
you may.
Looks good. Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on resolution 5529. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. With a vote count 30 to 0 to 0, it passes on third reading. Resolution 5532, resolution advocating for the establishment of more resources on the Rosen campus, introduced by ELA Richmond. ELA Richmond, you have 5 minutes when you're ready.
We saw this last week. Move to questioning.
There's been a motion. We're now in line for questioning. Are there any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to debate? We are now in debate. Acosta,
May I retain?
you may.
Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on resolution 5532. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. With a vote count of 30 to 0 to 0, it passes on third reading. Resolution 5538, resolution advocating to increase the minimum level of stipends for graduate assistantships, introduced by ELA Richmond. ELA, you have 5 minutes when you're ready.
We saw this last week. Move to questioning.
We're now in line for questioning. Are there any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to move to debate? We're now there. Kringle,
May I retain?
just repeat it, I'm sorry.
May I retain?
You may.
Slay, move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on resolution 5533. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. With a vote count 30 to 0 to 0, the resolution passes on third reading. Resolution 5534, resolution advocating for bike rack improvements, introduced by Chair Hamid. Chair Hamid, you have 5 minutes when you're ready.
So nothing's changed. Jordan just wanted you guys to know that he's really thankful for all the support and that he hopes that you guys support this again in third reading and that you support his future endeavors as a senator. And with that, I motion to move to questioning.
There's been a motion to move to questioning. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Any questions? Hurst?
Move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Anyone wishing to speak in debate? Hurst?
This is going to be great when this actually happens in real life. So, slay. Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on resolution 5534. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. With a vote count 31-0, the resolution passes on third reading. Resolution 5535, resolution advocating for pedestrian safety near Celeste Hotel, introduced by Vice Chair Trainer. Vice Chair Trainer, you have 5 minutes when you're ready.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Nothing has changed since last week. Just wanted to give a quick thank you for passing it last week, as this was kind of the main reason that I joined Senate was for this resolution. So really appreciate it, and I yield the question.
All right. We're now in line for questioning. Are there any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to move to debate? We're now there. Kringle,
Mayor Chen.
you may.
Once again, this is a fantastic resolution. I really love this one. Move to debate.
There's been a motion to, you mean vote?
I move to vote.
Yeah. There's been a motion to vote on resolution 5535. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now there. With a vote count 31-0, it passes on third reading. Resolution 5536, resolution for creation of the Ad Hoc Connect Caucus, introduced by Ayala Pullman. Ayala, you have 5 minutes when you're ready.
So as a refresher, this was a part of the project that I had my SLCers do, and I had Speaker Holmes pick the resolution that she thought was the best, and she chose JC Varela. So we saw this on second reading last week, and JC would like to say some closing words about this legislation. So with that, I yield the rest of my time to JC Varela.
All right. Are there any? Oh, you're yielding to him? Okay. You can just come to a mic that's closest to you. No, she just yielded.
Hi, Senate. Like Allison said, we saw this last week, and or y'all saw this last week. But I just wanted to give some closing remarks about how important this initiative and bill is to me. When I first got to UCF many months ago as a transfer student, and at first I got first-hand experience about how difficult it can be, or it is, to be a transfer student. And the first thing I said to my parents was, I need to change things here, or someone needs to change things here. And I'm so thankful to Allison and my mentors, Ethan and Vihan, for the opportunity to educate me and give me the platform to be able to do this. And I also want to give special thanks to Chair Hamid, because I have a very clear recollection of a conversation I had with you in the office when I was having doubts about my bill. And you said, follow your dreams. And that sticks with me a lot. And that taught me a lot about, this whole process taught me a lot about being confident in my ideas and sticking up for what I think is right. So with that, I highly encourage you to pass it again, and we can finally get to work making life better for our students here at UCF.
All righty. We are now in line for questioning. Are there any questions? Is there a motion to move to debate? Sorry, Jason. Anyone wishing to speak in debate? Temple?
Mayor Ting?
You may.
Yeah. So I'm not going to go too long because, well, obvious reasons, but Varela, JC did a fantastic job on this, and I am really proud of all the work that he's put into this and all of the questions that he has asked myself and Chair Yalamanchili, and no doubt SBA Chair Hamid as well, and of course the ILA. So I cannot wait to see what this turns out to be in the next session, and I'm sure that it is going to absolutely rock it. But, well, I was going to make a football pun there, but beyond that, Mayor Ting?
You may.
Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on Resolution 5536. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now there. With a vote count of 31-0, it passes on third reading. Resolution 5537, resolution advocating for the funding of pre-health and pre-law advising, introduced by ELA Richmond. ELA, you have 5 minutes when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm actually going to yap for like 5 seconds. So I would like to see this postponed indefinitely. Just for this session, I'm going to bring it back. Well, I plan to bring it back next session. I have a meeting with the assistant director and someone else, I forgot who, with pre-health, pre-law advising on Tuesday. This piece of legislation is very important, and I want to get their perspective because I'd rather like go more into the funding and how we can help and more into the nitty-gritty stuff. Conversations that I think are crucial. So can I make a motion?
You may.
Okay. Motion to postpone this piece of the legislation indefinitely.
There's been a motion to postpone Resolution 5537 indefinitely. Are there any objections? Seeing none, it is postponed. Notice of legislation on second reading. Proclamation 5520. Amanda?
Is there a motion to see proclamations 5520 through 23 as a block?
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can make the motion.
Can I just say that again?
Yeah.
I'm making the motion to see proclamations 5520 through 23 as a block.
There's been a motion to see Proclamation 5520, 21, 22, and 23 as a block. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Chair DeCarry, you have 5 minutes when you're ready.
The last two are Air Force Reserve and Army Reserve. It's like these are just recognizing the branch, so I won't go a little too much in those. But the other two is 5520, which is Month of the Military Child. It's a good portion of like the 3,000 military like family-based students we go here. A lot of them are military students, such as Chair Colazo and A.G. Moore. Like they are in Madison, right? Right there, Maddie. Oh my God. But basically, it's just a month recognizing all of the, the students that go here, their parents who are either, on duty or, they're retired, like not retired, veterans now. And then for Gold Star spouses, that's recognizing the spouses whose other spouse has passed away in the line of duty. So it's just giving recognized to those students we have here who's may have lost their spouses. You have the rest of my time to questioning.
All right, we're now line for questioning. Are there any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to move to debate? We're now there. Anyone wishing to debate? Samilo?
May I retain?
You may.
These are amazing pieces of legislation. Every proclamation has its own meaning, and obviously people have come up to us in Military and Veterans Caucus to kind of advocate for these. So the fact that we got them out before the session ends is really good. So with that, move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on the block of proclamations. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now there. With a vote count of 31 to 0 to 0, the block of proclamations passes. That was your last legislation, y'all, of the 55th. Now moving on to Senate Forum, Acosta.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you, everyone, for this amazing session. I didn't think like things would really go this way. Even though like, I just want to, sorry, I'm just a little rambly. I just want to thank everyone that I was able to interact with, whether it was just a simple conversation, asking a simple question, or even just going out, hanging out, seeing what we can do, just have fun and all that. It was really such a fun time because it was like what CR said, a new perspective in things. I've just always seen things as 1 to 0 like most engineers do, but seeing how truly people can come together and create such amazing initiatives, events, opportunities, networks, connections, all that and more. I can't wait to see how far each and every one of you can go and just see how far things can go for each of us. So again, just thank you guys again so much for tonight and all the other nights we had together. If you want to keep in touch, like Sierra said, there's LinkedIn. So see you guys around.
Temple. Oh, Hurst. My bad, Hurst.
I was gonna make you a shout out, but I guess not. I'm kidding. Okay, I'll make this quick. As this is the last meeting of the session, I want to thank everyone that was part of the past year, whether they were only here for a small part of it or the full session. Those that are still with us, those have left, or those that were sign-overs. You've all done great work, and I'm incredibly honored to have served with each of you. It has been a privilege to work with all of you, and I know that no matter where you go, either into the next session, completing your degree, or graduating, moving on to the next chapter of your life, you will do amazing things.
Temple?
I think I should probably give you Temple the shout out for putting me first ahead of Hurst, but never mind that. So this is going to be extremely difficult for me because I, like the speaker and Chair Young and Chili, have been here for the better half of 2.5 years. And this experience, being in this chamber for God knows how many nights, often to midnight, has defined my college experience. And despite all the tribulations, as you can clearly tell, I'm going completely off script right now. All of the experiences, all the opportunities, everything, it's really hard for me to condense into a paragraph because this experience, more than anything in my collegiate career, has built who I am today. And I just want to say to everybody here who used to sit in your seats, thank you, all of you. I know those individuals aren't probably watching at the moment, but still, thank you so much for everything. Because without this experience, I would not be the person I am today. I would not be gunning for the opportunities and the ambitions that I'm going for now. And yes, it's kind of weird for me to harp on the fact that I have been stuck in a chair in a chamber full of student senators for the better half of 2.5 years. But this truly is a unique experience and something that nobody should ever take for granted if they are ever put into this position. It's a lot of responsibility, but it is just as much opportunity for you all. So I'm really excited for each and every one of you coming back in 56th session to continue your career here and to continue serving students in the best ways that you can all do, whether it's fiscal, whether it's in a place of leadership, whether it's advocating for students on the university or the governmental level, or if it's something as internal regulations or appointing and confirming students to these positions. I really am proud of each and every one of you for finding your niches. And I cannot wait to see what the 56th holds for you all. For those who are graduating, congratulations to you all. I'm sure you are all going to rock it up there. And who knows, maybe we will see you in the White House at one point or another. Maybe, we'll see. We'll have to see if we can actually schedule meetings or schedule events properly, but it happens to the best of us. As for me, well, after tonight, I think I'm just gonna hang up my blazer, call it a night, maybe watch a little bit of football. Who knows?
I thought it made me cry.
But my last piece of advice to each and every one of you, look to your left and look to your right, look forward and behind you. Know that in each of your hearts, you will have somebody there by your side and that you will never, ever walk alone. Senator Temple, over and out.
Daedalus says, support a teacher? No. Link to her Amazon cart. That's pretty bold of her, especially not to be here. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna get her a little something. Dakara?
I think it was Monday. It was Monday. So Monday, me and Ariana met with Transportation and Parking Services. She spoke on behalf of Rosen. I spoke on behalf of Downtown. We basically just gave a few things that raising concerns and such here and here. The shuttles here, parking for Rosen. There was a bunch of different things. But basically, we're going to have a survey draft sent to us that they want me and Adam and Ariana to work on together and send them back and forth. Additionally, for the next session, once we get like the email, I'm going to send it out to y'all. About what y'all want like added on there too, who also use transportation. I'm gonna use this survey for us for like data for like which students from different campuses are using it, which ways, which times. So like when we do write resolutions or proclamations later on, we can use that data and have it right there in front of us instead of sending an email, but it's like constantly in front of us. And they are very open to working with the Senate body in the next session to working on resolutions or creating an outreach, bringing them onto orientation is another thing we talked about, but they are very open and very grateful that we reached out to them to start something like this. Just want to give you an update on it.
Lazier says, thank you, everyone. It's been a time. Hamid?
So clap for the SBA Scholar for this year again. Also appreciate my trophy craftsmanship. Like I'm being for real. Like I use my engineering degree for the first time in like forever. So if any of you guys need a trophy, like future Senate leadership, if you guys ever need a trophy, I got you. I have the file. I can just print it out. But in more serious note, thank you guys again for such an amazing session. I'm so excited to see what the 56th session has to offer.
Next up, we have Vasquez.
Okay, I'm going to try to keep it short. I want to shout out everyone, first of all. And then the next person I want to shout out is the person who single-handedly inspired me to join Senate, Sierra. I could not be more lucky to have met you at Day at the Capitol last year, which funnily enough was today exactly a year ago.
God.
So love that for us. I appreciate all your help throughout the session and can't wait to see where you will grow.
having mentioned Day at the Capitol, I can't not mention Gap. So shout out Gap, and of course shout out Ethan, because Gap would not be what it is without you. So thank you. Next, I want to shout out Laurel, Allison, and Akila for all your support and making Senate so welcoming for me. Is this like echoing? Okay. Without Senate, I wouldn't have met such amazing people I now consider friends. Shout out Gabby. And last but not least, I can't go without mentioning, of course, in my opinion, the best chair of the best committee, Mr. Jason Hamid. I can't even begin to explain. Jason has spoken so beautifully about me, and I can't do the same for him. But I will say, look at how we're matching today, and we didn't even plan it. So I feel like that, without words, just explains how well we work together, and how grateful I am for Jason. Truly, that's it.
I remember when we met, Andrea, you were like, I really want to get into student government. And I was like, yes, let's do it. So I'm very happy that you're here. And thank you so much for the shout out. Gabby?
I don't know where it is on the agenda, but thank you guys for an amazing session. I remember like standing before everyone being so scared and so nervous and like having trouble breathing because I was so scared to get confirmed. But it's been super fun. Thank you to everyone in GAP who elected me to serve as vice chair when I had only been in Senate for like 2 or 3 months. That was super crazy, but so much fun. Thank you to Andrea for being amazing. And thank you guys also for confirming my twin. It was so special getting to share this experience with him, and I loved it so much. And then also congrats again, Vice Chair Vasquez, on the award, and shout out to Chair Hamid for the incredible trophy. It's amazing.
Polaris Square, Jonathan.
Just want to thank everybody for the opportunity to serve with all of you. Add me on LinkedIn so we can stay connected. Shout out CCIE and shout out everybody in the GAP committee, especially you, Sir Temple.
I love that. Vintel?
Just add me on LinkedIn.
Yamanjili?
So not to get sentimental or anything, because I hoped I wasn't going to get sentimental today, but I am. It's been a long time. I joined SGLC two and a half years ago, and I've been in Senate for 2 years. And so to have been in student government for nearly the entire time that I was on this campus, excluding my freshman year, which was the COVID year in which everything was online, it's going to be very different in life to not think about student government now that I'm graduating. That's probably going to mean some stress off me and, more relaxation. But at the same time, I do very much cherish the memories that I've made here. And I'm going to miss you all very much. Because I've gotten to know many people, make many friendships. Most of the friends I've made in UCF, I've made from student government. So there's that. Again, I'm going to thank each and every one of you. And you guys may or may not know her, but I'm going to also give a shout out to the person who introduced me to student government, that being former ILA Hannah Huerta, a very, very cool person that got me into student government. I wanted to thank everyone in the LJR committee. You all are amazing people, ask great questions. I'm proud of the legislation that we've worked on. It's good to know that for people who come after us, when they read our statutes, they will see our legacy, and I'm glad to have helped make a difference in that. I wanted to shout out the GAP committee and the time I've spent engaging in their work, even though I haven't had the time as of late. Participating in 2 Day at the Capitol events was quite eye-opening and taught me a lot about state politics, talking with people in positions of power who very much have positions that are in opposition to ours. So it was good to develop that skill. Lastly, I wanted to say that I'm really happy that this session has been a lot more enjoyable than last session. I hate to throw shade on that, but that's simply the truth. You guys have been great people, and it's really great to have gone through this Senate session without any major shenanigans going on. Let it be known that LJR went through the entire semester without seeing a single impeachment, without seeing a single censure. That shows to the character of this body. And so I would very much like to say that I enjoyed my time in this body, through the successes, through the tribulations. It has been worth it in the end. And I'm going to say thank you. Thank you very much. It's been an honor. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Aw, Vihan. You and Ethan are making me extremely sad. Like, oh my gosh. Richmond?
Speaking of sad, a video was made, but before the video, most importantly, April 9th, infrastructure. Literally, I don't think I've ever been more excited. Like, you can ask my mom. I literally called her and she was like, Laurel, I've never seen you more happy. This is pathetic. But I will be heartbroken. If you don't, I'll spiral. My mom's worried about it. Also, I did fall into corporate America. You can add me on LinkedIn. And then cue it, Brody.
I love this song. Laurel, I love this song.
Wait, do I look at him? I want to see.
Oh, I guess I gotta move too.
That's why I said thank you. I was finishing it and I said thank you instead of present.
You ate that, Laurel. Yaman chili.
So, not that I yapped enough, but I just wanted to say that was a really cool video. I wanted to thank ELA Richmond for that, and especially a shout out to, and I didn't expect it, but the impeccable taste in Star Wars. I really didn't expect that from you, Laurel, but I love it. And so may the Force be with you. May the Force be with you all. And speaking of cinematic masterpieces, and speaking of something similar to space, you know, Star Wars is a space movie. There's a screening of Interstellar about 2 weeks from now at Regal Winter Park. And if any of y'all want to go, even though it's like a 2014 movie, it's a great cinematic masterpiece by Christopher Nolan. Please feel free to hit me up. Thank you.
Any more Senate forum? Hers?
Yeah. I forgot something. So I did the not sappy thing earlier. Just you guys are gonna be great going forward in your lives. A little bit sappy now. So the first meeting last year was around this time, and some of you may not know, but this day last year I was admitted to the hospital for an illness I'm not going to talk about right now because it's not really important. But I came straight from getting discharged on the 6th, come to this meeting 3 hours later to get sworn in and do my job. I have been able to spend so much time with you guys doing the things that we do and making some great friends like Sierra and Ethan and Kylie and Jason and everybody here. You're amazing people. And it's going to suck not being in this room with you guys once a week, even though it's late and we all want to go home. I get that. It's only 9 o'clock. We got time. But I just appreciate that we have been able to work together so well and that we've made this group that understands each other and knows how to work together and can be fun even when we're in our serious moments. So I want to thank you all for that.
Anyone else? Jason?
Vice Chair Vasquez just reminded me of this. I got in a car accident on my way to SBA this week, and I still made it on time before Aquila. I was 5 minutes early. Sorry.
That's crazy.
But I think that's pretty crazy. So
That's crazy.
I'm exactly on time.
Anyone else?
Jason's just early.
Senate deliberations, none. Advisors report, Brody.
All right, hey everybody. Yeah, not a lot to say. I'm very proud of all of you. You've done great work. I'm excited for all of you that are coming back. I think we have something like 21 returning senators in the next session, which is a huge amount. So that's cool. But while I'm excited for those of you that are coming back, I'm even more excited for those of you that are moving on to greater things, and I'm excited to see what you all do. On the note of the new session, I'll see you all in about 12 hours right here in this room. So yeah, you've already been doing a lot of shout outs, but if there's any more official senator shout outs, we can dive in. Yeah, Ethan.
You guys really think I wouldn't get by my last meeting without doing shout outs? Funny. So of course I'm going to keep this short because it is 9 o'clock and I want to watch some feetball. So of course I have to shout out my committee GAP for the very last time. Seriously, you guys have been absolutely tremendous. And I really cannot wait to see who takes charge of this committee moving forward. Of course, ORS is the second child of mine. It's one I didn't expect to come into, but I somehow fell in love with anyway. I just want to shout out leadership as well for maintaining this ship of state, Senate, whatever, for this entire session. You guys have done some strong work. I'm, of course, keeping myself out of that because I don't like talking about myself that much. Of course, I wanted to shout out the prior Senate sessions and all of those before it, including the 54th session. Because they have given us all sorts of experiences that we really cherish and dread. I wanted to shout out my girlfriend, of course, former Senator Wanjin, who's been by my side this entire time through all the ups and downs. Hope she's watching. Love you, sweetheart. You can decorum me for that if you need be. Fair enough. I lost my train. Christ. Right. I want to shout out everybody who's coming back for the 56th session. Get ready. It is going to be a doozy of a session in all the best ways possible. I want to, and of course, all the SGL seers that are going to come in with the 56th session. Trust in the new generation, folks. They're worth trusting.
All right. Yeah.
I'll give a quick shout out to everybody. Thank you for confirming me back in the fall. It's been a great freshman year of mine, just like diving right into this. Also, just a quick shout out to Senator-elect JC. I'm leaving, he's joining, very funny. And shout out SBA and Latin Hispanic Caucus, best committee, best caucus. And also shout out to Senator Blanco. If you guys don't know, it's our little, ever since he got confirmed, our little tradition is we walk back home together, and that's really nice. So we'll be doing that one last time tonight, so that's fun.
All right. Yeah, Keela.
So I want to shout out everyone in here, but I won't because I know we want to get home. But I want to give a shout out to first two people that I haven't really shouted out this session because I work so closely with them. But both my deputies have been so integral to the work my office has done. And I'm very much appreciative for them on a professional and personal level. So I'm going to tear up. And then my last shout out is to Sierra, who, oh my God. I've just had such a great pleasure getting to know her and just like learning from her and just, I can't even get the words out, but just being able to be by her side, working alongside her, we've been able to see our passions really grow. And we've met our goals. We talk about it all the time about how amazing this session has been. And a lot of it is due to Sierra's credit and also just helping me like be a better person every day. You know, I always want to follow in her footsteps. So thank you very much.
Kylie?
All right, I'm like shaking. This is scary. Okay. Anyways, so of course, shout out to everybody. I also wanted to thank all the senators that are still in this room from the 54th session. I looked up to you guys as an SGL seer and being able to work so closely with you guys. Even when you were once my mentors, it's just really, really great to be able to be here with you guys during the 55th session. I also wanted to shout out all the SGL seers that I was with last year. There's Allison and Danny, there's a few others, but that came in and just that we're here. I also wanted to shout out Vihan for being the person that was in charge of us and tried to rile us all in, being the SLC coordinator last year. Obviously, shout out to Sierra and Akila for all that they do. They really did the hokey pokey and turned us all around. They did really good this session along with all of us. So also wanted to shout out all the female leadership. No hate to the males. But all the females, because who runs the world, like we honestly killed it this year. That like I'm pretty sure this is like the most female leadership in a hot minute. So I just wanted to shout us all out and say congrats. So, and then of course my last one, oh my gosh, everybody already knows who it's going to be, but Adam, though you will never be my vice chair again, you'll always be my best friend. And I'm so proud of everything that you've accomplished and everything that you learned from me. Even though you've learned tons from me, I've learned tons from you and I love you. And I'm very grateful for you and that you're brought into my life. So yeah, that's it.
This is like someone I have to like thank. I think there was literally like a quote from me, and they're not a senator, but I still like want to recognize like I'm only here because of them. I remember it was literally like a random Saturday. My fraternity was hosting a party, and she showed up, and it was Lucy Blanco, and basically she was ELC at the time, and she looked at me, and we were like talking about something with school, and she's like, you know, you'd be really great for Senate. And I was like, are you sure? And like the entire time I'm filling my Senate application, she's like pushing me. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, I feel like I'm not going to fit in. And then I got my seat out of like, it was actually contested too. And I got it. And then I came in and I was like greeted by like Adam, and it was just me, Adam, Ariel, but you two weren't here yet. But the other two, I think y'all remember Stephanie, and then one of them didn't even show up. I'm not gonna hate on him, but through that night, I remember I was like trying to figure out what I was doing. I was actually just a member of everything. I was a member of ENA, member of LJR. I didn't hold any position. And then Charlize was a senator for College of Medicine. She unfortunately had to resign, and she kind of was like, "You should run for Latin Hispanic chair." And I was so like, I don't think I should do it. I don't think I'm ready because I'm a first senator. But like, I'd reached out literally like all the leadership you see, like Holmes, Akila, I mean, even Kylie, like Adam, are all like, "You should just do it. You should do it. You should do it." And I was like, "Sure," and I got it. And then later on, when Akila was like, "You know what?" I was like, I want to appoint you as Sergeant of Arms." And I was like, oh my God, like I thought that was like, I'm a new senator. I feel like y'all were like look at me differently, but y'all accepted me so well. And like we figured out that position so well throughout this session. And then with ENA, like I'm gonna give this to Vice Chair Hurst, that whole transition, stepping up and changing how ENA like worked. And then I also gonna say this again to someone outside with Grace. Grace literally like came in, like we literally worked at, like, when I became chair, we were like knocking things out, like doing as much as we can. And like, I had so much fun this session. I heard I'm gonna say the horror stories of the 54th, and I was a little afraid coming in. But y'all changed my mind. Even the new senators, the ones that left, I want to give respect to them too. But also the new ones, y'all like kept that same mentality that we wanted, and I'm like so happy that I was able to serve in this session. Shout out to everyone in this room, everyone.
Oh.
Whoo. I first want to shout out Sierra. At first, I was so scared. I was quiet, had my mouth shut, and now you can't shut me up. So shout out Sierra. She just lets me yap. Shout out Allison. So thankful for Allison. I literally texted. She was my therapist yesterday. It was bad, actually. So shout out therapy. Maybe I should know. Loki, shout out everyone who sent a video and didn't make me have to beg.
All right, Andrew.
Well, Jason already kind of spoiled it, but shout out Jason a million times. Jason did get in a car accident this week and made it to SBA early. And I think that speaks volumes on Jason as a chair, but also as a person. So shout out Jason. Shout out SBA, because SBA is, in my opinion, but like also objectively the best. And the SGLCers in the back, of course, because you guys are awesome. Love you guys. Rock on. Yeah, I'm gonna shout out Speaker's Office, Sierra and Laurel. You guys have been like a rock for me this session, and I couldn't imagine a more perfect Speaker's Office. I love our trio. I'm gonna shout out Ishan, because I don't think Ishan gets enough recognition. Something that really defined this session for me was like the tough piece of legislation we had last semester, and I think Ishan just was so great in spearheading that, was so resilient, and that got tied up this semester. So shout out Ishan, and shout out SBA, shout out Pro Temp's office, and shout out everyone.
Yeah, Beyond.
So firstly, I'd like to shout out Vice Chair Trainer for being an amazing LJR Vice Chair. I could not thank you enough. On a similar note, I would also like to thank the previous vice chairs of LJR, Vice Chair Sandlin, amazing guy. I'm really glad to have known him, even though he is not here today. And to Vice Chair Hurst, you're an inspiring person. And you may not know that, but just know that you're a very inspiring person. And it's been great to know you and to talk about all sorts of nonsense. Next, I wanted to do some, cherish on some memories that I've made. One particular senator who is fun to talk to in random chats during Senate, that would be Vice Chair or Chair Fintel. Amazing person. Shout out to her. Shout out to my mentee, JC. It has been wonderful to know you, and I am so proud of what you've achieved this year in SGLC and SLC. I also wanted to shout out Pro Temp Demarla for being a great pro temp and being a great support system when you need her. She is really a wonderful person to talk to with a very kind heart and boundless compassion. I wish you luck in med school. I know you will be an amazing doctor. And with that, I do have a few more shout outs. Shout out to API Chair Patel today for defeating me in a chess match today. And, while that is unfortunate for me, good for him, helps his rating grind and helps me in my rating grind as well, trying to get better at chess. And lastly, shout out to Chair Temple as well for just being an amazing friend over the past 3 years through SGLC, through last year's 54th Senate session, and through this year as well. You are very much appreciated. Thank you.
Jason.
So obviously shout out Vice Chair Vasquez. I already talked about it. Also shout out SBA. I love them. I feel like a proud dad looking at all the achievements you guys have achieved. Be for real. You guys work so hard. In my opinion, best committee. But anyway, other than that, shout out to Speaker Holmes. When I first met Speaker Holmes, she scared me. She made me shake in my boots. When I first met you at the Senate retreat, you intimidated me. I was scared. No, but then actually Speaker Holmes is so dedicated to the cause. She's always on business. And also just such a great person to talk to, such a great mentor. Also shout out to Akila because when I first became SBA chair, I literally did not know that much. So when she would sit on a meeting, she would answer so many questions that I had no idea what to do. And so I really greatly appreciate it. She's also just such a good friend. I'm being for real. Akila's so an amazing person to talk to. Low key, me and Akila, I'm gonna be hitting you up with FNAF later and forever. Shout out to Laurel. Laurel convinced me to become SBA chair. Not as in conspiracy, but as in boosting up my confidence. She's concerned about it seemed like conspiracy, but no, she really just boosted up my confidence being Jason, I think you can do this. You should. And so I was okay. And then I did it. And now look where we are. Shout out to Allison Pullman. She eats with all the SLCers. She literally has every single SLCer that ran got it, which 100% success rate. That's kind of crazy. Shout out to Danny. She has so much whimsy. I appreciate that. Shout out to Lazo. She kept my secret about the trophy. She was the senator that knew. And also just for being a great women's chair. She eats, especially with the women's business showcase last week. Shout out to Chair Fintel and also not here, Austin. We literally be chit-chatting and it's so nice. I'll miss them. I'm literally gonna send them a picture next meeting, being this could be you, but it's not. Also shout out to my mentee Jordan for getting SGLCer of the year. Bro got it for the entire organization. Bro is Mr. UCF. His certificate said Mr. UCF because he is that guy. He is him.
All right, Laura.
I forgot everyone who voluntarily just do it. Filled out the advising survey, but you should fill it out.
All right, Aiden.
Yeah, I first wanted to shout out a former pro temp Nicholas Foster. When I was an orientation leader, he was the first person to talk to me about student government. I wouldn't be here in this seat today if it weren't for him. He's a really, really amazing person, and if you haven't spoken to him, you definitely should. Speaking of pro temps, I want to secondly thank Pro Temp Akila. I remember when I was in ENA, I was really scared. I stood up for my speech, which I realize is kind of silly for ENA because you don't really have to stand up. But I remember giving my confirmation speech, and Akila was the first person to speak in favor of me. And though I can't recite everything she said, I really appreciate her support since the 54th session. I also want to give a big thank you to Yalma Chili. Seriously, amazing job with LJR. It really wouldn't have been the same without them. and I'm hoping to go see Interstellar with them. So you guys should definitely come too. And I lastly wanted to say thank you to Holmes for always believing in me. Since the 54th session, we've been through a lot. And yeah, I said lastly, but really I meant lastly, thank you to everyone for just an amazing session. Thank you for any conversation that we've had. And I wish you all the best.
Aiden.
I want to shout out like my two groups, Latin Hispanic Caucus, Trust. When I like came in literally like at the end of summer, beginning of fall, and the first thing I had to do was like literally Hispanic Heritage Month, and there was like 6 events that I had to make sure that we got to, and we got to all of them. And like I remember like meeting with as many people as I could the first week. Like I was doing as much as I could, and like there's like the past and present ones of that caucus. Like y'all helped me get to where we are now. Y'all helped us get to the caucus right now. Like, even though y'all joined, like y'all still helped us finish it out in such a strong way. And I needed I'm grateful for that because I came in a little bit late. Even as a first, and I was like, am I even like worthy of this position? But there was, also this, I'll be, what's the word? No, not honest. Vulnerable. There was a time I was tabling for Latin Hispanic, and someone came up to me and goes, "Are you actually Latin Hispanic chair?" And I was like, "Why? What do you think?" Then they're like, "You don't look it." And I was like, "Wow, okay." Like I'm literally doing as much as I can for this group, tabling at events for the HSI week and being asked that. And it's just like, I'm out there speaking on behalf of, the students who are identified as Hispanic or Latin, who may not look it apparently, but I know that I'm on their behalf speaking for them. But I know even that day I was like, now I'm going to do my stuff 10 times harder. Like I'm going to write proclamations 10 times longer. Like I'm doing it because someone may have denied me because of how I look. But, ever since then I was like, what? I'm going to finish this out as strong as I can and ensure that the next chair is like 10 times better than me. And then for ENA, as a member, then I was vice chair, then I did my thing and now I'm the chair. And then we like joined in and we did everything, even though it was really 4 of us. Then that person left, and then there was just 3 of us. So technically 4 with Grace. And Grace was always there. Trust. Like, if y'all want a supervisor, like you want to model that, it's Grace, because she was at every meeting. She was like speaking every time she could. She would it was like such a helpful person, especially with us coming in. Shout out CCIE, Trust, like most prestigious college at this university. Like, how could you not? And like, she's gonna hate me for this, but like, shout out Lopez for joining the prestigious college. I don't know, you want me to elaborate or do you want to do it?
So fun story. Rosen is now my minor. So I'm a minor in hospitality. I'm now a legal studies major. So yay, CCIE. Yay. Thanks.
So that's only 1 seat available now. CCIE, we're so like needed. But me and Adam and Aaron, I got it. You see like the powerhouse of transportation. Now we're the powerhouse of CCIE. Trust, it will continue into the 56.
Adam.
Immediate shout out to CCIE. We're gonna be stacked next session, y'all. I'm sorry. Best college. Anyway, sort of chronologically, I guess. Shout out to Charity Kara. First person I met here, basically like off of 0 of the practice, this is banquets. Like they said it. Like, what is it called? Retreat. There we go. That's the word. I literally didn't attend any of them. So me and DK were on the struggle bus the entire time. He taught me everything. We bonded together. So shout out to you. Next, shout out to our pro temp and our chair. You guys are amazing. Came through like second meeting, just immediately learned everyone's name, made everyone feel welcome. So you guys did an awesome job this session. Shout out, of course, to Chair Samillo. Absolute bestie. You have taught me everything I know. And like, I think being pressured into joining as vice chair, in the second meeting of CRT was honestly the best thing to happen to me, like by far. I think I would not have any of the experiences I've had so far if I didn't join CRT and meet you. So thank you so much for everything you've done. Chair Hurst, you have been amazing. You always say hi to me. Fantastic. You are an amazing person. Shout out to Blanco and Valera for joining us halfway through the session. That takes a lot of like drive to do, and you guys have been amazing since you joined. And yeah, that's all for me.
Ethan. And of course, knowing me, I forgot a few. So I forgot them again. Where was I? Right. I guess easy one out of the way. I wanted to shout out Vice Chair Whitson. I should have shouted him out much sooner, but since it's the final meeting, might as well. He and I, whenever we talk about soccer or football, it's just a very engrossing conversation. I absolutely just love being able to talk about footy with somebody else who actually knows it too. Although I'm really hoping that Leverkusen still win against your team. Sorry, mate. I wanted to shout out all those senators who stuck around from the 53rd session and the 54th session. And I just cannot believe the growth that everybody has had, including the SGL Sears as well. Like, my word, everybody over the past 2 years has been tremendous in their growth. Like Samillo as CRT chair, Youngman Chili as ILA and now LJR chair, Morissette as pro tempore legislative affairs. God, there's so many people I can't even name names. And then, of course, shout out the advisors. You've put up with me having to basically filibuster the entire floor with shout outs. So I really have to just appreciate the patience you have with my rambling. And it's going to be really weird not being able to torment you with these moving forward. So thank you, Brody, for everything.
Amanda.
I keep mine real short and sweet. Shout out to everybody in SBA. Shout out to everybody in Latin Hispanic Caucus. Shout out to everybody in Women's Caucus. Shout out to everybody who deserves a shout out. And lastly, I just found out that my aunt in Cuba is watching these. I didn't even know this. So shout out Tia, te amo.
Sierra.
I want to first shout out Pro Tempore to Marla. Like, when I tell you, I was really hoping that Akila got Pro Tempore because I was like, I need someone to support me. And so I was just very glad that she got it. And she's just been nothing but supportive. She picks up where I fall short. And I just really appreciate her. She brings a lot to the table. She's really, how do I say this? She does so much, and you would never know what, like, Akila is just like big brain, bro. Like, she will literally, like, went to a basketball game. She's like, I have to go do like a research presentation. I'm like, okay, queen, like, okay. But she's so smart. She's so talented, so gifted. And I couldn't think of anybody else who could support me in this role. And I just appreciate all the accolades that you give me, Akila. I'm really not deserving of all of them. So I just really appreciate you and your kindness and your genuineness, because you are such a genuine person. It's really hard, like, going through this world as someone who just wants to be a genuine person. And I see the good in, like, everything and everyone. And sometimes that can be the bane of my existence, but it's so nice, like, working with someone who is like that as well, because you, especially like being in these chambers, I found out that not everybody has good intentions. Not everybody wants to see you win. So it's really good to, like, it's really good and comforting to have someone in a fellow leadership position who is like that, because this world is kind of cold, y'all. So I do want to shout out the speaker's office. I'll first start with Allison because I met her first. We had a class together and she was just, like, so helpful. I was struggling in the class so bad because I am not an auditory learner at all. And that's how my teacher was. And she was so willing to, like, share my notes when I couldn't make it. We studied together with her friend Savannah, like, at a cafe and stuff. And so she was telling me, you know, she was going for Senate and everything. And I was like, you would probably be really good in my office. And she's like, I'm not sure. I'm like, Allison, like, go for it. Not saying, like, Allison, I'm going to give it to you. But, like, I was like, Allison, like, do it. Like, I wouldn't tell you to do it if I didn't think you were good at it. And she really showed up and showed out with the ILA position. She was always like, Sierra, if you need anything, I got you. And she's just always been there. And for Laurel, I met Laurel, I want to say, in a less, like, formal setting. I won't go into detail about that, but that was a crazy night. But Laurel is so amazing, so professional. When she did her interview, just like Allison, I knew immediately that she was the perfect pick for it. Laurel stands on business. She thinks about things before you can even think about it. She's really taken the ELA position and ran with it. And I'm so grateful to have both of you in my office. I know sometimes I'm like, come up with a random thing. I'm like, Laurel, Allison, can you do this for me? Can you do that? Like, they really show up for me when I can't. By the way, if you are thinking about being speaker, you have to sit on a lot of stuff you didn't think you had to sit on. So Allison and Laurel have really helped sitting on like the supervisor interviews. Wanted someone to sit on ANSF for me, but that couldn't happen. But now it can. And Allison went to a fiscal meeting for me. So I just really appreciate y'all. My ideas and my vision would not have been able to be propelled if it weren't for you. So I really appreciate it, because it's easy to have ideas, but it's harder to have people there to help support you and carry it out because you're only one person. So I really appreciate the supportive role you've played, and you guys have grown in your own way, and it's amazing to see it. You guys have supported me and helped me feel like I don't know. It's good to know that there's people there for you and vice versa. And I really appreciate it. You guys have been nothing but good, kind, and genuine. And it's, again, the same thing like I said about Akila. Like, it's so good to just talk to someone and know that they have good intentions. They have your back. And there's nothing in this world that you could say they still wouldn't go to the FBI. So thank you so much. Thank you, Brody, for being an advisor, answering all my questions. You're amazing. Brody's been seeing me since I've been confirmed here. So I really appreciate all you do. I don't know how long you've been here, Brody, but you're better than me. So thank you. I just want to thank all of leadership. I don't want to single everyone out, but I want to thank every single one of you again, like I said previously, for being so open-minded and willing to learn. Life is a continuous learning experience. And as long as you're willing to continue to learn, you will always excel in what you do. So thank you. And thank you specifically, Ethan, Amanda, and Gabby, and Andrea. You guys have been very supportive of me, like especially when things have gone down on the floor, and everybody's like kind of in a craze, and you're like, Sierra, are you okay? Are you okay? It's really good to know that people are there for me, because sometimes, even though I keep a straight face, like my world was melting last week. So I really wanted to just recess the meeting immediately, but I had to stay strong for you guys, because you guys look to me. So it was really nice to have, even though I don't answer all your text messages, sorry. But I really appreciate you guys going beyond and making sure I'm okay, because this position is not easy. And Ethan, I know you know it, because you've seen probably seen 4 or 5 speakers here. So thank you so much. And thank you to everyone that I didn't call out. Thank you so much for just being amazing. So yeah, sorry, I went on a tangent.
Sorry, I want to do one last shout out, because I realized no one has shouted her out yet. But Netta has been one of the most impactful presences in my life.
Girl, turn it off.
Oh, my bad. That scared me for a second. She's always doing one-on-ones, even though people don't really sign up. She's always meeting people where they're at. And also, just as someone who wants to go into the healthcare field, it's so inspiring to see Netta succeed, and also just have the traits of a really good healthcare professional. So she's very inspiring, a very good mentor, and she always creates events and is so creative despite low turnout rates. And hopefully next year that's something the new session can improve on, but one step at a time. But I wanted to make sure she got at least one shout out.
All right. If there's no other shout outs, Netta's not here tonight, but she did put her LinkedIn in. So, Maddie put her LinkedIn in. So feel free to connect with her for sure. I will take a quick second just because Akila brought it up. When Netta first started, we talked about how she was, doing a master's program with the intention of going to med school, which is very different than this world, right? Usually the GAs for, student involvement and student government are people who want to work in higher ed, right? And so we kind of talked about why and what that looked like. And she said that she wanted to better understand, better work with people and build those skills so that she could have a bedside manner, basically, which I think is very cool. So I'm going to give her a shout out in this moment. Yeah, Vion?
So shout out to Netta, as Brody said, and as Akila said. And I also wanted to shout out Brody. So thank you, Brody, for everything you have done for us during the time that we've been here. You're an amazing guy. And I wanted to thank you for putting up with me randomly barging into your office to ask unhinged questions with lots of patience and giving us lots of guidance, like, showing up to LJR and telling us what statutes really mean when somebody like, AG Moore couldn't be there at the meeting. So again, everything that you've done for us, thank you very much. So shout out to Brody. Super shout out to Brody.
Thanks. Oh, nope. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Brody!
All right. Amanda?
Somebody I forgot. Senator Brown, you're awesome.
All right. Now we're really done with shout outs. I said the thing about Netta. Okay, Maddie, you're up.
Hello. I dropped my LinkedIn too. I'm very close to 500, so please, please help me. Also, Aiden reminded me how much of an impact Nick Foster made on my life. I am certain he's not watching right now, but shout out to Nick Foster. He's a really inspirational person, an amazing leader, and really made an impact in my life, and I'm sure Aiden's life as well. And then I wrote a little something. I said, I've enjoyed watching all of you grow, not only in your positions, but also grow into this space and allow your vibrant personalities to blossom. You're all unique, and I will remember you all. Farewell to everyone leaving. Your grad seat is waiting, and I hope to see a lot of familiar faces next season or next session. And then, Brody, stop shrinking this. Brody shrinks my cat photos every time, but this is a graduating cat because I know we have a lot of amazing people leaving us and going to different places, but I know someone mentioned earlier that not only have you guys grown into the positions and the roles that you filled, and we have a lot of fresh faces this session, but you all are incredible chairs and leaders and vice chairs, and you inspire me. Honestly, you're all really strong people. So I'm glad that a lot of you are returning next session. Okay, bye-bye.
Are there any questions for the advisors? Temple?
Not a question. Rocking the cowboy hat.
Kringle?
Were you also wearing a beret earlier? Amazing hat selection. Amazing. 10 out of 10.
Oh gosh. Any other questions? Seeing none, thank you. Miscellaneous business, DeMarla's drip down. Oh wait, Lazo, you had to say something?
I just have a personal petition. I've been up since 6 a.m. and I'm wearing the Cactus Jack launch merch. This is ultra exclusive because it's only to employees. Only 40 on campus. So I think just for that drip down, just saying.
Maddie?
Okay, I had a genuine question. Like, how much was that stuff?
Disgustingly amount. The cheapest thing was a hat. It was $40. And your basic white t-shirt was $68.
That's insane.
So that's specifically for UCF employees only?
No, only employees that are in the affiliate school. So UCLA employees, UC Alabama employees get that. And it's only 12 schools. So 12 times 40. I'm not good at math. Y'all can do that. That's how many shirts are in circulation.
Interesting.
I also sold 19K worth of material today. So
Travis Scott showed up to my sister's business class. So she outdid us all. Yeah, she goes to UT Austin and he went to her business class.
Florida,
and yeah, so lucky her, I guess. But this is gonna be so hard because I'm so tempted to just say everyone's a winner. Is it bad if I say that? I feel like I can't end on I feel like I have to end on a high note. Okay, well, I guess the audience doesn't like that, so I'll pick a couple. In third place, I'm gonna go with the duo, Andrea and Jason, for matching. And I also like the outfits if you want to give us a twirl. I like them all. Let me jump to honorable mention real quick. I'm gonna go with Carlos because I like the shirt. I actually have bad eyesight, so I can't see it, but I know it's a pattern of some sort. It looks good from far away. So give us a twirl if you can. No twirl, I guess. That's okay. For second place, I gotta give it to yeah.
You want to be a surgeon with bad eyesight?
Well, I have you can wear glasses. You can wear glasses. That's a thing. And I don't want to be a surgeon.
Are you discriminating against people with visual impairments?
Oh,
On my brain, yes.
in second place, Amanda for getting the merch. It looks nice, and she's a UCF employee, so good for her. And in first place, how could I not give it to Sierra? Oh my God, I love the pink blazer. Woo! The outfit eats, and everyone else has really good outfits. I can't choose.
All right. And with that, Vihan, stop. I'm gonna, dang. Okay, I'm gonna give it to Temple because Temple had his hand up first, and I did promise in the beginning. So go ahead, Temple.
To round out the 55th session and my career in this chamber, move to adjourn pending final roll call.
There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Are there any objections? Seeing none, Chair Yamanchili.
This is interesting. Taking attendance for the last time. All right. Without further ado, Lazo.
Present.
Trainer.
Present.
Corelli.
Present.
Morset.
Present.
Temple.
Thank you all.
Blanco.
Present.
Polero.
Present.
Caringal.
Present.
Datlas. Absent. DeCara.
Present.
Butler. Absent. Shannon.
Present.
Lazier. Absent. Fintel.
Present.
Hamid.
Present.
Rose.
Here.
Whitson.
Here.
Brown.
Present.
Similo.
Present.
Humayun.
Present.
Patel. I am present. Lutra.
Present.
Acosta.
It's been fun.
Lopez.
Present.
Hashimi.
Present.
Duke. Resigned. I forgot. My bad. Torres.
Present.
Holmes.
Present.
Hurst.
Have a good night.
Fuchs. Absent. Musemeyer. Absent. Polera.
Present.
Pullman.
Present.
Richmond.
Present.
Vasquez.
Present.
DeMarla.
Here.
Mittal.
Present.
With 35 out of 39, quorum is verified, and I say, Tschüss, ciao, auf Wiedersehen.
And with that, for my very last time, I hereby adjourn this meeting at 9:41 p.m.